Okay, so in today's session, we are going to discuss snap-based questions. So the front slide is wrong. Please leave it. Okay, so before we start, please everyone mark your presence. Be quick, mark your presence. Guys, be quick, please mark your presence. I hope you all can see me. Okay, so then let's start. Then let's start. So this is the class of analytical reasoning for SNAP. So in question number one, he says there is some relation between Royal Bengal tiger and India. The very similar relation between snow leopard and these of the countries is to be figured out. So Royal Bengal tiger are found only and only in India. Likewise, snow leopard are only and only found in Bangladesh. So the correct answer option comes out to be B. So it is a question based on analogy. So we need to build the relation between the first two, and the very same relation should be true between second and third. Okay, so let's move on to next. Afghanistan. I think Bangladesh is the only country where snow leopards are found. Right? Okay, Afghanistan is the only country where snow leopards are found. So my mistake, guys. Answer is Afghanistan. Okay, so let's move on to second. A new species lays exactly 120, out of which 120 eggs, ideally it should have been, out of which 50% are male and 50% are female. The female insect hatch and grow in a span of 20 days to lay eggs by themselves. On 1st April 2018, an insect laid 120 eggs. Find how many eggs will be hatched approximately by the end of May 2018. So on 1st April, 120 eggs are laid. So all these 120 eggs will hatch. All right. Then it is given to me. It lays exactly 120 eggs, out of which 50% are male and 50% are females. The female insect hatch and grow in a span of 20 days, which means on 20th of April, half of these, which are 60, they are going to lay 60 eggs, right? So 60 eggs will be laid on 20th of April, all right? Again, on 10th of May, again 60 eggs will be laid. Again, on 30th of May, 60 eggs will be laid and they will be hatched, right? So likewise, the process keeps going and going on. In this case, we just need to understand one part, that how to multiply with the total number of like values here. So in order to figure out the total value here, which are the total number of eggs laid in this case, so 120 is the initial figure, right? After 20 days, 50% of the females, which are 60, will lay 60 eggs each. So that is something we should be very, very clear about, right? So the total number of eggs laid will be 60 into 60, which is a total of 3600, right? So again, the very same 60 female insect will again uh, hatch and grow in a span of another 20 days to lay another 60 eggs each, right? So then it is going to again multiply with 60, and again it is going to multiply with 60, right? Now again, all these insects who laid eggs here, 50% of them are male and 50% are females. Half of this comes out to be 1800. So all these will again lay eggs on this particular day, right? So they are going to lay 60 eggs each. So again, these will lay eggs after another 20 days. So the answer comes out to be another 1800 into 60. All those who laid eggs here, right? Half of them will lay 60 eggs each after another 20 days, which means on this particular day, right? So its answer is wrongly calculated, right? Because first of all, it is not given to me that the insect who is laying egg on day 1 will be in a position to lay eggs after 20 days, after another 20 days, after another 20 days, or will it be that those females will lay egg only once in their lifetime, right? So this is how such a question is to be solved, by framing a tree formation so that the calculation becomes easier. Yes, that lay 120 eggs each, so it will be 120. All right. So still, as compared to the answer, our value is going to be very, very bigger. So all these comes out to be 7200. Half of this is 3600. So they will lay 120 eggs here, right? Again, they will lay 120 eggs here. So here the statement is not very clear that how the process is to be carried, right? Now, if the question says that the insects can lay over and over again after a period of 20 days, so this is how it should be calculated step by step. If it says that it can lay egg only once in their lifetime, then in that case, we just need to consider that part once. So then the calculation will be something like this. 1st April, then 20th April, then it will be 10th of May, and then it will be 30th of May. So on 1st of April, 120 eggs are hatched, right? Then half of this, which is 60, will lay a total of 120 eggs each, right? So if these are not going to lay another eggs, so this will come out to be blank. Now half of this, which comes out to be 60 into 60, will lay 120 eggs each on 10th of May, which still comes out to be a very big number, right? So half of this are again going to lay, so which is 60 into 60 into 60, are going to lay 120 eggs after another 20 days. So sum of all these will be the given answer, which as compared to 14520 is a very big number. I hope the logic is clear to each and every student. Sanchat, is it done? Okay, so let's move on. A plus B means A is sister of B. A upon B means A is son of B. A equal to B means A is brother of B, and all the relations are given. Which of the following shows M is the grandson of B? So M equal to B means M is the brother of B. So if M and B are in relation, M is the brother of B. We do not know whether B is a boy or a girl, right? So we know M is a male for very sure, right? Then B plus S means B is sister of S. Now B is sister of S. Then he says S at the rate P S is the father of B, right? So if S is the father of P, we can clearly says, right? So they being brother sister to each other, M is not the grandson of P. So let's work with a second answer option. So here he says P at the rate B. Sorry. So P is the father of B. Then it is B equal to S. B equal to S means B is the brother of S. S at the rate M means S is the father of B. So if S is the father of M, right? So we have to prove that M is grandson of P. So if S is the father of M, we cannot prove whether M is a male or a female, right? So option B will be ruled out. So please check it out here, right? So nowhere it is mentioned whether M is a male or a female. Option C says P at the rate B. P at the rate B means P is the father of B. B divided by S means B is the son of S. S equal to M means S is the brother of M. Alright, so it again clearly indicates that M is not the grandson of P. So the correct answer option comes out to be D, it's not B. Is it done? So B is not the answer, D will be the correct answer because in B, we do not know whether M is a male or a female. Okay, so here he says find the number of triangles. Again, the options are wrong. I think all options are wrongly placed here. So in order to count number of triangles, we can start with the smallest one. So this is count 1. This is count 2. Right, then on this base, this is another triangle, so count 3. So this is another triangle, which is count 4. So if we take this as one of the side, we are able to count four triangles, right? So if we consider this size of the triangle, so there are going to be 4 such triangles. So one is this, one is this, one is here, one is here. So all these 4 triangles we can see are identical. So they are 4 in number. Likewise, we have 4 triangles on the outside also. Right, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have counted 4 triangles plus 8 triangles plus, let's count more. So now if we take this particular base, so this is one triangle and this is another triangle, right? So we are done with 4 plus 8, and on this particular base, so this is a triangle and this is a triangle, so only 2 triangles are there, so plus it will be 2. Now if I consider this entire side, so this is one triangle, this is another triangle, right? And this entire is also a triangle. So there are going to be 3 more triangles here. Then on the outer side, here we have a triangle. Here we again have a triangle. So 2 more triangles are going to be there. Right. So guys, I hope this much part is clear. So we have reached a count of 4 plus 4, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19. So please check it out. This much count is clear to each one of you. Yes, if your options are wide, Sanchit, you should always attempt these kind of questions. All right, so just ensure that the count is taken care of. You are not missing on any of the triangle. You have to be a lot patient here, right? So we have reached 19. Now this is the triangle left. This is not counted. Count number 1. This is count number 2. This is count number 3. And this is count number 4. So they are the only 4 triangles left, and answer should be 23. So now we have counted all the triangles. So we just need to be a bit patient while solving these kind of questions. You should not rush in hurry. Don't try to be over, quick, because these questions are usually very easy. Okay, so let's move on. So here it says India is written as 95491, then Japan is written as. So first of all, we need to decode how India is written as 95491. So we just need to write the corresponding positions of all these in alphabetical order from A to Z, where A we all know counts 1, right? The position of I is 9, position of D is 4, position of N is 14, and position of I is again 9. So we can clearly see 9491 are reflected here in the very same order. But instead of 14, we have 5 here. And can I say 1 plus 4 is 5? So if a value is a 2-digit number, its digit should be added in order to get the code, right? Now we just need to write the respective positions of all these. So J is coded as 10, which should be 1. Japan A is the first position, which should be coded as 1. So there is only one answer option starting with 1 1. So answer comes out to be 11715. So guys, please check. I hope it is clear. Here it says if 1st June 2013 is a Saturday, then birthday was on 1st June 1981. Now, in order to solve these kind of questions, we just need to calculate the number of years. So because in this case, date and month are the same, so just by subtracting these two, we can calculate the number of years. So 2013 minus 1981 comes out to be 19 plus 13, which is equivalent to a total of 32 years. Now, out of these, we need to calculate how many leap years are there and how many non-leap years are there. In order to calculate leap years, we all know they are the multiples of 4. And in between, we are getting 2000, which is a multiple of 400. So that is also a leap year. So starting from 1982 up to 2012, at a difference of 4, we are getting a leap year. So in order to count number of years, it will be last term minus first term. So difference of these two comes out to be 16 plus 12, which is 28, divided by common difference plus 1 will be the number of terms. So 7 plus 1, 8 leap years are there, which means 32 minus 8, 24 non-leap years are there. So leap year gives me 2 extra days and non-leap year gives me 1 extra day. So 16 plus 24 adds up to a total of 40, which means starting from 1st June 1981, right, and ending on a day before this, that will complete the year, because this is giving me 1 extra day, right? So we need to add plus 1 here, which is 41 extra days are there. 41 divided by 7 gives me a remainder of 6, all right, which means I need to move 6 days ahead to reach Saturday. And when you want to move back, you need to move 6 days back, or we can say 1 day ahead. So answer in this case comes out to be a Sunday. So 1st June 1981 was a Sunday. So guys, please check out the calculation. I hope it is clear. because when we are calculating number of years, right? So if I start with, अच्छा sorry, 1 जून ही था, नहीं ऐड करने का रिक्वायरमेंट, ठीक है, no need to add. So 40 by 7 gives me a remainder of 5, so either move 5 days back or 2 days ahead, so it will be a Monday, not Sunday. ठीक है, the date was same. All right, so it will be a Monday. Right, Sanjay, no need to add. From same date to same date, no need to add. I thought एक दिन आगे जाना है. Okay, so answer is B, Monday. So here we need to build some relation with the values in the box. So here it is easy to build. So here I can say that 2 cube minus 1 cube is 7. And let's see if it fixes everywhere. 5 cube is 125. 3 cube is 27. The difference is 98. So 6 cube minus 4 cube is 216 minus 64, which is 152. So it gets fixed here. So 4 cube minus 2 cube will be 64 minus 8, which comes out to be 56. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear. Here it says Vijay's grandfather has an old cuckoo clock. It takes 5 seconds for the clock to chime 5 cuckoos. So how long will it take to chime 10 cuckoos? So in order to solve such a question, please always keep in mind that the first sound of cuckoo came at 0th second, and the fifth sound, right, came in 5 seconds. So effectively this being 0th second should not be taken care of, right? After this, in a span of 5 seconds, a total of 4 cuckoo sounds came. So can I say the interval between each cuckoo sound comes out to be 5 seconds divided by 4, which is 1.25 seconds. So this is the interval after which we are going to hear each and every sound. And he says, how long will it take to chime 10 cuckoos now? So here again, the first cuckoo sound will come at 0th second. Now at an interval of 1.25 second, next 9 sounds will come. So the time taken will be 1.25 into 9, which comes out to be 9 5s are 45, 18 plus 4, 22, 9 plus 2, 11, which is 11.25 seconds. And ninth says a person wants a house such that all sides of the house face north. He should build the house on North Pole, on equator, on South Pole, or none of the above. So because he's saying that all sides of the house face north, please keep that in mind, that when you build your house on South Pole, that is going to be the only instance when your house is going to face north always, right? All the sides of the house will face north only when the house is on South Pole. So it is more of a GK question. Sanchit, because the first cuckoo sound came at 0th second, right? So that clock starts when the first cuckoo sound came. So the first sound came at 0th second. Then after every 1.25 seconds, a sound came. So that's why the interval here was 5 seconds. So it is first sound, second, third, fourth, fifth. But if you check the intervals are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this came at in the beginning, so at 0th second. Now the 5-second time is spent in these 4 cuckoo sounds. Is it done? That is obvious. It is never mentioned. That is always obvious. All right. So it always starts at 0th second. The first cuckoo sound is always considered at 0th second. Otherwise, again, the question cannot be answered. So here again, we need to build some relation and we need to fix the value in the question mark by observing all the values given to me. So we can say the ratio between Ram and Shyam's values are the same throughout. 1 is to 1, 1 is to 1. 1 is to 2, 1 is to 2. 1 is to 3, so it should be again 1 is to 3, so the value here should be 6. So the correct answer option is A. Is it done? Okay, so let's move on. So here it says, since 2018, the statement is given to me, the bulk of India's population has comprised of young working people, much more than the dependent population, children below 5 years of age and old people above 65 years of age. This trend will continue for next 55 years. Courses of action. One says there will be a huge increase in the GDP of the country. So we all know GDP of the country has nothing to do with uh, age of the individuals, right? So statement one is not the course of action that we should take, right? Then in statement two, it says, according to a report by UNFPA, this population will be able to contribute effectively if good health facilities, education, and proper infrastructure are provided to the whole population. So that is a very, very important and valid course of action. Because if you will provide good health facilities, right, along with that education and proper infrastructure, then definitely the quality of life would be increased, which will definitely contribute to the economy. So in this case, the correct answer option comes out to be statement 2. This should follow, right? So which is only 2. Right, Sanjay. Here he says a clock gains 10 minutes a day. The clock was corrected at 6 a.m. So what will be the correct time when the clock shows 11 a.m. the following day? Now from 6 to 6 a.m. we have entire day, right? So the clock has gained 10 minutes a day. Now from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. it is another 5 hours. We know in 24 hours clock gains 10 minutes. So we need to figure out the time gained by clock in 5 minutes. So in 1 hour it will be 10 by 24. So in 5 hours it will be 50 by 24, which comes out to be approximately 2 minutes. So in the entire time frame, the wrong or defective clock has gained a total of 12 minutes. And when it is showing 11 a.m., the actual time will be 12 minutes before, which comes out to be 10:48 a.m. So please check it out. I hope it is clear. Okay, so let's move on. In 13th, it says Vishal doctor 3 pills with a gap of 30 minutes. What is the minimum time by which Vishal will get rid of his pain? So minimum time required means at 0th second he will take first pill, right? Then his countdown begins. Then the second pill he will take after 30 minutes, and the third pill he will take after another 30 minutes, which means 60 minutes. So a total of 60 minutes will be taken by him to consume 3 pills. That will be the minimum time after which he will get rid of his pain. So it is a similar question, Sanchat, you were asking earlier. So please check it out. I hope it is clear. Right. Here it says mobile manufacturing company staff, 6 staff members packed 6 mobiles in 6 minutes. The management wants 60 mobiles to be packed in 60 minutes. How many staff members in total are required? So if 6 staff members can pack 6 mobile in 6 minutes, so if the work done is 10 times, then the time is also 10 times. So still 6 staff members can do the job. So answer comes out to be B. Right. So a very simple question based on unitary method. Okay, so here we are required to use analogy again to answer it. So ornithologist is to bird as herpetologist is to. So the first one is the study of bird and the second one is the study of reptiles. So in this case, answer comes out to be D. So whenever we say ologist in the end, it always means it is a study of something. So we just need to know that it is study of which particular like species. Right. Amar consumed 100 laddus from Monday to Friday. Each day he consumed 6 more laddus than the previous day. So how many laddus did he consume on Wednesday? So on Monday, if he consumed A laddus, on next day it is A plus 6. On next day it is A plus 12, then A plus 18, then A plus 24. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days are taken care of. And sum of these 5 values given to me is 100. So they add up to 5A plus 30 is 60 equal 100. So A comes out to be 40 by 5, which is 8. So he's asking how many laddus did he consume on Wednesday? So 8 plus 12, answer comes out to be 20. So please check it out. I hope it is clear. Okay, so next question is on series. So we need to find the unknown number here. So we are given 0, 1, 2, 5, 20, 25, then there is a question mark, then 157. So if we observe the increase decrease, it is not constant. So from 5 to 20, that increase of 5 only. So we need to figure out how it is behaving. All right. So in order to study the series here, so if I say that there is increase of 1, then there is a product of 2, then there is an increase of 3, then the value got 4 times. Here the increase is of 5. Now the value must get 6 times. And then the increase must be of 7. So here answer comes out to be 150, which fits in completely. So the correct answer option comes out to be D. So please check it out. I hope it is clear. Okay, so let's move on. So in this case, we are given few lines and we need to figure out answer here. So in this case, can I say there are 9 point of intersections? Hence we are given output as 9. there is only one point of intersection which is given as 1. So 4 point of intersections will be counted as 4. So the correct answer option comes out to be C, right, Sanjay. So Kishore says that man's father is my father's son. Now, how is the relation of that man is with Kishore? So this person is the son of his father. It means both Kishore and that particular person can be, so Kishore, do not go by name. So this Kishore can be a man or can be a woman. Nowhere it is specified whether this Kishore is a man or a woman. There is a possibility that if this particular person has only one son, then these two individuals are the same. So Kishore can be the father of man. But if this person has multiple sons, then in that case, this Kishore will be uncle of this particular man. So nothing is specified clearly in the given question. So answer can be anything. It can be father, it can be uncle. I hope the reasoning is clear, guys. So which means this man can be either son to this particular person, or it can be nephew to that particular person. So going by the answer options, there is only one answer option which fits in. So answer comes out to be his son. So in these kind of cases, when multiple options are coming in, we need to check which option fits in the best. So just mark it, that will be the correct answer. Okay, so let's move on. How many times does the letter A appear from 0 to 100? Now, in order to solve it, right, we all knows that the letter A does not appear anywhere from 0 to 100. Right, so it first appears in 1000. So please, you all can check it out. Letter A never appears anywhere from 0 to 100. Please keep that in mind, that it appears for the first time in 1000. Is that done? So answer comes out to be none of these. Here it says there are three types of people in the room, out of which one is truth teller who always speaks truth, the other is liar who always lie, and the third one is alternator who alternates between truth and lie. Out of the three, one likes tea, one likes coffee, and one likes cold drink. So Raman says, Shivam does not like tea. I am not the alternator. Preetham does not like tea. They are the statements passed on by Raman. Then Preetham says, Raman does not like coffee. I am not the liar. Shivam does not like cold drink. Then Shivam says, Raman is a liar. Preetham is a truth teller. I like cold drinks. In order to solve questions based on truth, lie, and alternator, we just need to focus on who out of them is a truth teller or a liar or alternator. So assume any one to be any one of the three, right? So if we assume that, let's say, Shivam always speak truth, It means all the three statements of his should be a truth. He says Raman is a liar, right? So if Raman is a liar, Raman says I am not the alternative. So this statement is again going to be a lie, right? And Preetham says I am not the liar, right? He cannot be the truth teller. It means he must be the one who is alternative. And when Raman is not a liar and he says I am not the alternative, right? If he is not the alternator, is he speaking truth? Answer is no, he is still lying because he is not an alternator, right? So we need to figure out which one will give me now the correct answer, right? So he says Preetham is the truth teller, but Preetham is not the truth teller. So there only all the statements get ruled out. So Shivam cannot be the truth teller because one of his statement in itself says that Preetham is a truth teller, right? Now, if we consider that Shivam is a liar, it means all the statements are lie. So he says Raman is a liar. Raman is not a liar. So Raman can be a truth teller or Raman can be an alternator, right? Then he says Preetham is a truth teller. So if this statement is also a lie, so again Preetham cannot be a truth teller. So if Preetham cannot be a truth teller, he cannot be a liar because this person is liar. So definitely Raman should be a truth teller. And in that case, Preetham must be alternative. And Shivam says, I like cold drinks. So Shivam is not the one who like cold drinks. So for cold drinks, Shivam is ruled out. Right? So Raman is the truth teller. He says Shivam does not like tea. So if Shivam does not like cold drinks, Shivam does not like tea, then the only option left with Shivam is coffee. He says I am not an alternator, so it fits in because he is a truth teller और वो सच बोल रहा है that I am not the alternator. Then he says Preetham does not like tea. If Preetham does not like tea, then in that case the only option left with Preetham is cold drink, right? And the only option left with Raman is tea. Let's see the statements of Preetham now, right? So he is an alternator who alternates between truth and lie. I do not know which statement is truth, which is a lie, right? So if I consider that first statement is a lie, which says Raman does not like coffee. So if it is a lie, then Raman must like coffee, which is not the case because Raman like teas. So this statement should be a truth. If this is a truth, this must be a lie. He says, I am not a liar, right? And we already know he is not a liar, which means this statement effectively comes out to be truth, which means all our assumptions fail here, right? So Shivam is neither a truth teller nor a liar, right? So now we need to consider third case when Shivam is an alternator. If Shivam is an alternator, again, I do not know whether it is truth, lie, truth, or it is lie, truth, lie. So we need to consider both the cases, which means better option will be now that Shivam is the alternator. We need to consider out of these two, who is the liar, who is the truth teller. Now, if Preetham is a liar and he says, I am not a liar, right? Then this statement gets contradictory here. So which means Preetham should be a truth teller. And he's saying, I am not a liar. It perfectly fits in, which means Raman is the one who is a liar, right? So because Preetham is the truth teller and he says Raman does not like coffee. So coffee is ruled out of Raman. Shivam does not like cold drink. So that is also ruled out for Shivam. He doesn't like cold drink. Then Raman is a liar and he says Shivam does not like tea. It means Shivam is the one who likes tea. If Shivam likes tea, then this cannot be tea here. The only option for Raman is cold drink, which means coffee must come in place of Preetham. Now let's try to figure out if it works in, right? Then he says, I am not the alternative. Raman is a liar and he's saying, I am not the alternative. So this statement becomes truth because he's not an alternative, which means again nothing is going to get fixed here. So by studying all the possibilities, correct answer option comes out to be D. Nothing can be concluded in this particular caselet. Is it done, guys? So we need to analyze entire information to figure out the correct answer, right? Okay, so let's move on. Here it says population of Timbuktu 2 years ago is 1,25,000. Due to natural calamities, people started migrating. So population decreased at the rate of 4% per annum. How many migrated from his town in past 2 years? So out of 1,25,000, we just need to calculate 4% of this. They migrated in the first year. So 4% of 1,25,000 comes out to be, two zeros get cancelled out with percentage. So 1250 into 4. So 1250 into 4 comes out to be this 5,000. So the next year number will be slightly less than 5,000 because overall value will reduce. So the answer less than 10,000 comes out to be 9,800. So we need not calculate it for next year. Is that done, guys? If anyone has any doubt, please let me know. Okay, so let's move on. Here it says 5 movies, Do Biga Zameen, Sholay, Three Idiots, Chak De, and Anand, screening on Monday to Friday in any order. Movie screened on Friday remains till Sunday. Screening of Do Biga Zameen and Chak De should not be first and last day. Chak De should be followed by Anand. Okay, so we need to write down all the values from Monday to Friday. So first statement says uh, screening of Do Biga Zameen. So I am writing it as DBJ cannot be on Monday or Friday, right? And other is Chak De. So I am writing it as CD cannot be on Monday or Friday. So only three options are left for these 2 days. Then he says Sholay, this one, Chak De should be followed by Anand. So Anand will come first, and then on next day it will be Chak De. Sholay is immediately after Do Biga Zameen. There is a movie between Sholay and Three Idiots. So if Three Idiots comes in here, right, at this particular position before Do Biga Zameen, so Do Biga Zameen will be between Sholay and one more movie, right? So we need to figure out now the order of all the five movies. So this gets fixed on its own now, right? So the movies are Do Biga Zameen, Sholay, Three Idiots, Chak De, and Anand. Four of these are placed here. Only one movie is left, which should be now this Three Idiots, which should be placed here. Now we need to fix the order of these three and these two, right? So how they should be placed is the only point of concern now. So as it is given to me in the statement, movie screened on Friday remains till Sunday. Screening of Do Biga Zameen and Chak De should not be on the first day and last day. Chak De should be followed by Anand. Sholay is immediately after Do Biga Zameen, and there is one movie between Sholay and Three Idiots. So one of the order will be this only, that on Monday it is Anand, on Tuesday it is Chak De, then it is Three Idiots, then it is DBJ and Sholay. Or these three movies can come in first place, and then Anand and Chak De on the lower two part, but Chak De cannot be on Friday, which means this is the only order that is possible. Is it done, guys? Is it done? So which movie was screened on Friday? So इन्होंने ऑर्डर ही उल्टा बना दिया है. Anand and Chakde. Chakde should be followed by Anand. अच्छा मैंने उल्टा लिख दिया, मैंने अनंत के बाद चकदे लिख दिया. Chakde should be followed by Anand. So here it is Chakde first and then it is Anand. Okay, so in that case, Chakde cannot be on day one. So these three should be on day one, two, three, and these two should be on day 4 and 5. Okay. So then which movie was screened on Friday? So answer comes out to be Anand. And then next says Sholay was screened on which day? So Sholay was screened on Wednesday. So the correct answer option comes out to be B. In 2050 says Three Idiots was screened on which day? So that was screened on day one, hence it is a Monday. Okay, so that's it. So all the students who are preparing for CAT 2021 should enroll in the fourth batch that Grade Up is starting right now. So it will be batch 4 comprehensive course. So I hope you all know the approach in comprehensive course. So it is foundation module followed by advanced classes, doubt classes, revision workshop, and previous year question explanation and practice. Approach in comprehensive course also includes your mock test and sectional test preparation, quizzes, notes will be given to you, class PPTs will be provided to you in the form of PDF. Doubt session, a report card, study plan tab, course tab. So study plan and course tab gives you idea about your classes. So day-wise classes will be mentioned here. GradeUp community will always help you to stay updated with all the major announcements for all MBA exams. Daily free quizzes and mini mocks for more and more practice are provided. So other important courses for 2020 are among these. So Mission MBA, which is for non-CAT exams. That's 2021 decision making course and verbal ability courses going on. GK and current affair courses there. So a special course for GD, VAT and PI is there. All CAT 2021 students must enroll for 18 months program, and non-CAT students should enroll for 3 or 6 months program.